Hello, this is the Embodied Ayurveda podcast, and I'm your host, Niv. Here you receive high level, comprehensive, and expert Ayurvedic and Pranayama insights to help you enhance your energy levels, stamina, and longevity without the burnout. So let me ask you something. Have you noticed how certain wellness trends come and go quite rapidly? We had the keto diet, then we had veganism, and we had the carnivore diet. Now we have ice baths and hyperventilating breath work. Each of these has its own merits, of course, but what if I told you that the key to your sustained ability to perform is based on something that is completely timeless, that doesn't just come and go, it doesn't go out of style based on the trends, based on what's popular in mainstream, because it's been around for over 5,000 years with sustained impact and benefits. And this is pranayama. I'm Niv Rajendra, a health and longevity coach specializing in Ayurvedic practices and pranayama. I help high-performing artists and CEOs, visionaries, and entrepreneurs from across the world sustain peak performance, creative edge, and physical radiance within demanding environments. I help them carve out more quality time with loved ones and set them up for longevity in their health, which translates directly to how they show up for everything that they're passionate about. Today, we're going to explore why pranayama is far more than just breathwork and why exactly it's a non-negotiable if you're seeking longevity within your legacy as an artist, a leader, a parent. And before I get into that, I just have to say, longevity is not a new science. We know that our biological age is malleable. We know some people age faster due to poor lifestyle choices or conditions. We know that we can actively choose to slow down our rate of aging through wise choices and interventions. We don't need to go through a bunch of lab tests and eat experimental pills in order to achieve this. I'm all for modern science affirming what ancient holistic sciences have known for thousands of years. But it's always wild to me the lengths that people will go to deny the evidence and wisdom that already exists out there. So that's my little side rant. But first of all, what is the difference between mainstream breathwork as we know it and pranayama? Why should you be choosing to work with a coach that is quite specifically qualified in pranayama if you are serious about not just your short term, but also long-term goals and well-being? Well, the first thing you need to know is that breathwork is a generalized term used to blanket group all forms, old and new, of manipulating and working with the breath to create altered states of feeling, thinking, and being. Breathwork isn't patented by one person or area of the world per se. Every single lineage of civilization across the world has been working with some form of breathwork or working with the breath in different ways. No one has ownership over this term. So it is pretty generalized, and there are quite a few popular breathwork methodologies that have come into the mainstream view within the last decades. You might have heard of the Wim Hof techniques, rebirthing breathwork, holotropic breathing, theta or shamanic breathing, all of which have their particular advantages in theory. They help to regulate stress or rapidly stimulate the nervous system, boosting experiences of joy or bliss, or then help repressed trauma to surface and be processed. I'm not here to undermine the advantages of each of these unique systems. However, because all of these contemporary techniques are based on modern and material science, they are inherently limited in that they do not have a unique framework or language to understand the energetic body, physical body, and spiritual body all together. They do not have substantial longevity in their own presence as healing modalities, and they are mostly guided as one-size-fits-all techniques rather than tailored from person to person based on individual energetics, contexts, and needs. I actually had this experience earlier this year. I was in Sydney at the time, and someone had organized this big breathwork event. And out of curiosity, I showed up like I should stay open to what's happening around me. So I'm there bright and early instead of doing my own quiet, gentle, simple practice. And there were hundreds of us there. And this one guy presenting on breathwork. And then for the next hour, he, between some flashy music and dialogue, he guided us through some exercises, one of which was supposed to hyperstimulate the nervous system. So everyone gets to feel these immediate energy boosts. But I was like, this is actually dangerous. This type of stimulation without knowing person to person, particular needs, context, conditions is totally not advised. It could induce panic, mental disturbance, or anxiety. And long term, if someone's practicing it without discernment, can lead to nervous system fatigue or adrenal burnout. And over time, some pretty harsh imbalances in your body. And I was just there surrounded by these hundreds of people everyone's mindlessly following through with these very intense exercises, just under the presumption that any and all breathwork is appropriate and healthy for them when it's completely the opposite. The breath is powerful. We need to be careful. We need to stay informed, and please only follow the guidance of a practitioner that knows you intimately and understands the body beyond the physical functions, or then is guiding a practice that is very gentle and appropriate to people from all sorts of backgrounds, needs, and contexts. This is where pranayama really stands out for me. It is situated within the yogic body of wisdom that is based on sciences far superior than what we have right now, what we're working with in today's modern world. Why? Because the yogis of ancient times perceived the body beyond just the material aspects. They had a profound understanding of the energetic, magnetic, vibrational, and spiritual aspects too. They observed the unique energetic channels or nadis and vortexes or chakras of the body and how to keep these subtle channels and centers open, unclogged, and vitalized through specific breathing techniques, postures, and lifestyle choices. What I personally have come to love about this practice above all other practices is how long-term its benefits are, how time-tested its results are, how individualized its application is, and how gentle and tender its practice is when done correctly. I love how this practice fully acknowledges the endless potency of prana, of life force within each and every one of us, and invites us into mastering something that's beyond just stress responses, but a deeper core of creative, sexual, and youthful energy. I was recently working with a traveling DJ and vocalist based in the US who had been yearning to be even bolder and more innovative with their creative expression. And they began to experience completely new realms of intuitive mastery through the cleansing of deep energetic blocks through simple yet effective pranayama. It feels almost unreal when I talk about it, but I've experienced the unbelievable and sustained healing, energizing, and clearing benefits that no drug, no supplement, no external enhancer or experience has come close to cultivating within me. And trust me, I am that person who has put their body under immense stress. I am that person who is running their own business. I am that person who has toured and performed countrywide too. So I know what it takes to shift into sustained experiences of clarity and calm, even amidst the chaos. And if you are someone who is serious about showing up with optimal levels of stamina, performance, and creativity for years to come, something that is customized to your lifestyle, schedule, energetic blueprint, and desires is necessary. And so pranayam is then eons, timelines ahead any other breathwork technique you're going to find in the market today. So let me reiterate the 3 main reasons why I have chosen to work with pranayam for my clients. The first is pranayam isn't just about manipulating the nervous system, but about removing deeper energetic blockages and allowing for the free flow of prana, which naturally enhances long-term repair, creativity, and intuition. Generalized breathwork practice isn't designed to support you moving through those burnout walls in the way that pranayam is. 2, pranayam isn't just about helping you feel in the zone for a short period of time, but about literally reconfiguring your entire mind-body system through energetic cleansing and healing so that you become the most mentally sharp version of yourself, making clearer, more inspired decisions for life. This is priceless. This enables long-term emotional mastery that contemporary breathwork techniques haven't quite figured out yet. The third is pranayam isn't a one-size-fits-all methodology, and it works across the body, the mind, the spirit. The breathing techniques that are applied differently from person to person to optimize the oxygenation of blood, cell regeneration, and enhanced immunity, which is absolutely integral to enhancing individualized longevity. And that's just the physical aspect. It is also applied in personalized ways to release calcified coping mechanisms, energetic stagnation, or unprocessed emotions. Generalized breathwork is limited in its scope, and it usually isn't applied in these tailored ways. So I hope from today onwards, you won't continue to group mainstream breathwork with pranayam and have a better sense of some of these really core differences and why these core differences truly make all the difference between health trends that are fleeting and superficial versus something that is going to be your power tool for the rest of your life. And if you identify as a high-profile artist or CEO that is seeking to continue performing, creating, looking, and feeling your best for years to come without burnout, I invite you to set up a complimentary call with me to understand what working one-on-one with me long-term looks like. I help my clients seamlessly infuse ancient pranayam with their very specific and fast-paced contexts to completely upgrade their experience of sharpness, energy, and immune resilience. And this gets to be you too. It's a no-brainer. I am Niv Rajendra. This is the Embodied Ayurveda podcast. Please subscribe, like, share, send some love if you resonated. And I hope to see you in a future episode. Goodbye.